Take a deep breath, unwind, and let tonight's story bring peace. Iris and the Playful Spirit. This story is about a girl named Iris and a playful spirit named Lantana, who become friends and spread enmity and kindness across their village. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young girl named Iris. Iris had a heart as warm as the summer sun, and a spirit that danced like autumn leaves in the wind. One day, while wandering through the forest, she met a playful spirit named Lantana, who had the ability to take the shape of anything joyful. Lantana would morph into colorful butterflies, chirping birds, and even shimmering streams. They quickly became friends, spending their days exploring the wonders of the woods together. One afternoon, they found a wounded deer. Iris, with her tender care, tended to the deer's injuries, while Lantana transformed into a soothing breeze to comfort it. As they cared for the deer, Lantana noticed that Iris's eyes held a deep empathy, a connection to the suffering of others. Lantana was inspired and decided to spread Iris' kindness to other creatures. They traveled from village to village, bringing joy and healing. Iris' compassion grew, touching not only animals but also the hearts of the villagers. Lantana and Iris share a bond that was formed through amity and the desire to make the world a better place. Under the starlit sky, Iris whispered her dreams to Lantana, who transformed into sparkling constellations, showing that the universe itself supported their noble quest. They learned that true happiness comes from understanding and caring for others. Their story became a legend in the village, reminding everyone that even the smallest acts of empathy can create waves of positive change. In the end, Iris and Lantana's friendship taught all who heard their tale that kindness is a language spoken by the heart, understood by all, and that empathy is the key to truly connecting with the world around us. Let's turn to the next chapter in tonight's adventure. Azalea and the Promises of the Wise Owl. This story is about a young girl named Azalea, who learns about the significance of keeping promises with the guidance of wise old Lantana. Azalea was a young girl who lived in a small, tranquil village surrounded by lush green forests and vibrant flowers. She had hair the color of chestnuts and eyes that sparkled with curiosity. Every evening as the sun dipped below the horizon, she would visit the grand, ancient oak tree at the edge of the forest. This tree held the home of Lantana, the wise old owl, who was known far and wide for his wisdom and kind heart. One evening as the first stars began to twinkle in the sky, Azalea approached the oak tree, her heart filled with a special promise she wished to share. "Lantana, are you there?" she called softly. Almost immediately, Lantana emerged from his cozy nest within the branches. His feathers were a soft blend of gray and white, and his eyes mirrored the depth of countless nights spent in contemplation. "Good evening, Azalea," he hooted gently. "What brings you here tonight?" Azalea took a deep breath and said, "Lantana, I have made a promise to myself. I promise to always be kind and help others whenever I can." The wise old owl looked at her with great approval. "That is a noble promise, Azalea. It will not always be easy, but it is a path worth walking." Days turned into weeks and weeks and weeks into months. Azalea kept her promise, helping her neighbors with their chores, comforting friends in times of need, and even caring for injured animals in the forest. Each evening, she would share her experiences with Lantana, who listened intently and offered gentle advice. One particularly chilly night, Azalea arrived at the oak tree feeling disheartened. "Lantana," she began, "some days it's so hard to keep my promise. Sometimes I feel like giving up, The wise old owl looked at her with deep understanding. Remember, Azalea, promises are not just for the easy days. They are meant to be kept, especially on the difficult ones. Those are the times when they matter the most. His words resonated with her, giving her strength. Winter passed, and the village celebrated the arrival of spring with a grand festival. Azalea was at the heart of the festivities, her kindness having touched so many lives. As the night of the festival drew to a close, she went to the oak tree to find Lantana. "Thank you, Lantana," she said gratefully. "Your wisdom helped me keep my promise," the wise old owl hooted softly. "It was your kind heart, Azalea, that made it possible. I merely reminded you of your own strength and goodness." Azalea smiled, and felt a warm sense of fulfillment. She knew that her promise was not a single act, but a way of life that she would carry with her always. Heaviness drifts softly into the next comforting tale. Amaryllis and Star, a tale of togetherness. This story is about Amaryllis and her bear friend Star, who bond over helping an injured bird, demonstrating their strong sense of togetherness and love. Once upon a time, in a serene forest, nestled beside rolling hills, there lived a little girl named Amaryllis and her best friend, a bear named Star. Amaryllis had golden hair that cascaded down her back like a waterfall, and Star's fur was as white as the moonlight, making them an enchanting pair in the eyes of the forest creatures. Every morning, the rays of the sun filtered through the leaves, casting a magical glow as Amaryllis and Star embarked on their daily adventures. They would wander among the whispering trees, swim in sparkling lakes, and climb to the tops of ancient oaks where they could see the world spreading out like a tapestry beneath them. Amaryllis loved to sing, and as she sang cheerful tunes, Star would sway in time, their spirits lifted by the harmony they created together. One day, as the leaves turned golden brown and the first chill of autumn settled in, Amaryllis and Star discovered a tiny, injured bird near a babbling brook. The bird had a broken wing and could not fly. Amaryllis gently cupped the bird in her hands, her face filled with concern. Star nudged her, as if to say they needed to help this fragile creature. Together, they decided to take the bird home to nurse it back to health. They built a cozy nest out of soft moss and dried leaves in the corner of their small, warm cottage. Amaryllis would bring fresh berries and seeds each day, while Star stayed by the bird's side, providing warmth and comfort with his soft fur. Days turned into weeks, then soon the bird's wing began to heal. Throughout this period, a bond of togetherness grew stronger between Amaryllis, Star, and the little bird. The bird, whom they named Whisper, would chirp happily and flutter around the cottage, filling it with joy. One crisp morning, Amaryllis opened the cottage door and felt the cool breeze. Whisper flew out, spreading its wings wide as if testing the air. Star and Amaryllis watched fondly as Whisper soared into the sky, a testament to their shared love and care. Whisper's song filled the air as it flew higher and higher, a melody of freedom and gratitude. As they watched their friend disappear into the horizon, Amaryllis and Star sat down by the brook, reflecting on their adventure. They knew that as long as they were together, they could face any challenge that came their way. The forest seemed to echo their sentiment, with the trees swaying gently as if in agreement. The bond between Amaryllis and Star had only grown stronger, their hearts forever intertwined by the shared experiences and acts of kindness. That night, under a sky full of twinkling stars, Amaryllis and Star curled up together, grateful for the day and each other's companionship. And as they drifted into slumber, they knew that their friendship was the greatest treasure of all, illuminating their world with endless possibilities and unwavering love. Here, another story to bring you calm. Lobelia and Brave Cookie, a tale of connection. His story is about Lobelia and her brave puppy Hannah, who develop a profound bond while overcoming challenges. Lobelia lives on the edge of a quaint village, surrounded by emerald meadows and a tranquil forest. She had always felt a deep connection to nature, spending her days exploring the woods and meadows, finding solace among the trees. One sunny morning, while she was wandering through the vibrant field of wildflowers, she stumbled upon a tiny puppy. A puppy had fur as white as snow and eyes like the clearest skies. Lobelia knelt and gently cradled the puppy in her arms, feeling an instant bond with the little creature. She decided to name it Hannah, meaning flower, because of the way they had met among the blossoms. Over the following weeks, Hannah and Lobelia grew inseparable. They would venture into the forest together, with Hannah darting round, barking joyfully as she discovered every little wonder. Lobelia would laugh, her heart warmed by the puppy's boundless energy and courage. As days turned into months, their connection deepened. One autumn evening, a storm approached the village. The wind howled, and the trees swayed violently. Lobelia's cottage, usually a haven of peace, seemed threatened by the gale. Hannah, sensing Lobelia's anxiety, stayed close by her side, her little buddy firm and resolute. Just as the storm was at its fiercest, a loud crash resonated outside. A large tree had fallen, blocking their front door. Lobelia's heart pounded in her chest. With their estate route cut off, and the storm continuing to rage, fear set in. The brave little Hannah had other plans. She barked loudly, drawing Lobelia's attention to a small window at the back of the cottage. It was just big enough for them to squeeze through. Lobelia felt a rush of hope. With Hannah leading the way, they squeezed through the window and made their way to the safety of a nearby cave. With the storm still fierce outside, Lobelia and Hannah huddled together for warmth. In the quiet of the cave, Lobelia realized the depth of their bond. Hannah had not only brought joy to her life, but a sense of safety and companionship that she had never known before. As the storm finally abated, they returned to the cottage, where the villagers had already started to clear the fallen tree. Lobelia's heart swelled with gratitude, not only for her neighbors but for her brave and loyal friend. From that day on, Lobelia and Hannah's bond grew even stronger. They spent every moment together, their hearts and spirits intertwined. Through adventures, challenges, and quiet days filled with love, they had discovered the true essence of connection. Good night, may you find warmth in your rest.